Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here. Welcome to a new video. And I didn't get a chance to cover the XIAO ZHAN AO3 scandal, but I decided now, since he recently released a response to it in a very long and heartfelt message, I thought it was a good time to just cover the entire thing in one video. If you like this type of videos and you haven't checked out my other videos, I've covered a bunch of scandals as well as Chinese drama news. Make sure to subscribe and check links down below. So let's start with what happened in the AO3 scandal last year. This happened around January, the end of January last year. And let's start with a recap before we dive into the response. So what happened? Around January in 2020, a web novel writer uploaded a fanfiction with weibo and XIAO ZHAN as the main characters. As you know, The Untamed is one of the biggest Chinese dramas ever, and because it's one of the only stories with a BL adaptation, the two leads are often shipped together, and people really want to see them as a couple in real life. And even though there was a lot of fanfiction happening around the world with these two, this one particularly rubbed Chinese netizens the wrong way, because at the end of February last year, the fanfiction got quite popular and lots of photoshopped or drawn images of XIAO ZHAN as a female character started floating around on social media. In this fanfiction, XIAO ZHAN plays a character with gender dysphoria. This is when a lot of XIAO ZHAN's fan base came and really started attacking this other fan base, which was following this fanfiction. It started a big online fan war, and they said these types of images are perverse, provocative, and just straight up wrong. Because of so much fans attacking this creator on the platform of AO3, which is a platform you can similarly compare to Wattpad here. It has many different online web novelists, creators, but for the most part, I do believe that it's mainly known for fanfiction. So all of this together led this platform to be shut down eventually, and a lot of people went online to share their anger, since this was a very special platform for some people who've been uploading for years, and also sometimes they use it as their side income, and for very popular creators they can use it as their main source of income as well. And on March 1st, the Chinese government themselves had a huge online purge where they banned a lot of websites, platforms that had explicit violence or provocative discussions, or anything they basically seemed as unfit for the general public's viewing. So after all this happened, unfortunately, people were quick to point their fingers at XIAO ZHAN and forced him to step down last year. If you remember, a lot of his dramas were done and pre-filmed for a long time. They were ready to air after The Untamed. However, after this happened, he had to take a lot of months off of social media, and his dramas were postponed for a long time. I remember seeing all of this go down last year and just feeling really bad for him, since he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't even say anything. It was just a huge fan war, and it was done in his name, unfortunately. It's quite a tricky situation. Anyways, let's move on to the response portion. So now, a year later, XIAO ZHAN has finally opened up on his thoughts. On February 27th, he uploaded a very lengthy message addressing the conflicts that arose last year, his thoughts, and issued a formal apology to everyone who got hurt. I will post these photos, and you can pause them if you want to read, or you can also check out the link in the description box where I'll link you to the full English translation, since I did skip around a little bit. But to summarize, XIAO ZHAN starts off by saying that he took a long time to understand last year's scandal. He apologized for the loss of a time window for him to address it publicly and says that he feels like he regrets it. At the time, he didn't know how to really approach the situation, and now, after time passed, he feels bad that he didn't say anything at all. He shared his thoughts on how a lot of people was asking him to manage his fans. He said it was hard because he disagreed with this and believes that everyone has their own opinion and respects it, even though he believes there are limits. He hopes everyone will not be represented by labels and says you cannot judge the good or bad from this. Everyone has the right to freedom and creativity. XIAO ZHAN believes that it doesn't matter whether you like him or you dislike him, it's your own right. XIAO ZHAN also says that he agrees that love and support can be a great strength. He is thankful for it, but at the same time, he hopes that it doesn't cross boundaries or hurt others. XIAO ZHAN says that he can't create huge change, but he believes that every day is a new chance to improve yourself and to be better. Lastly, he started talking about himself and his mindset when he went into this industry. He states that he always carries labels with him ever since entering the industry. XIAO ZHAN has been focusing mainly on his singing and acting skills since he has a strong passion for it. But now, after being criticized for being an idol without a voice, this basically means that it's someone who has no opinion on anything and lets everything pass them by without really commenting. They're basically seen as bystanders who don't do anything. XIAO ZHAN believes that he's quite a simple and ordinary person on the inside. But he learned recently that public celebrities, idols, and figures come with a lot of responsibility where you should use your own voice and step up when it's needed, which is why he decided to finally issue an apology and express all of his feelings for people who were hurt by his scandal last year. He says from now on, he wants to address similar occurrences, whether if it's big or small. He hopes that everyone adds a level of rationality before they jump into any conclusions, drama, or start making judgments. Lastly, he hopes that people will spend less time fighting online battles and make time for self-improvement and spend their time and energy on self-growth. So here is my thoughts on his apology. I thought it was one of the best and well thought out and well written apology I've ever read. Usually these statements are usually written by the person's company or management team. I'm glad he took the time to write this. I can tell from just reading it how much this entire situation really hurt him last year. You can tell how genuine he is through his words. He could have clearly swept this under the rug and just move on. His dramas are doing very well. Dua Loa Continent is doing quite well, and his upcoming works as well. But the fact that he still decided to address this really shows his character, which deserves so much respect. Overall, I'm so proud to be a XIAO ZHAN fan because he's so mature, he cares for his fans, and I definitely admire and respect him for stepping up and responding. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on my future upload, and I'll see you next time. Bye.